What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And in this video here, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of investing in your brand. I guarantee you at some point along your journey growing your brand, you're going to have some mental blockage about investing in your brand to grow it bigger. Whether this comes down to spending money on advertising to get your brand out there more, investing in more inventory so that you can sell more clothing. You're gonna struggle and deal with this mentally. I guarantee it. It's something I've dealt with and something that I'm going through right now because I'm investing in more inventory than I've ever invested in for my brand. So I want to talk to you about sort of the mindset around investing into your brand to grow it and make it bigger. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Here it is. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. If designs are something that you struggle with, I really recommend that you give them a shot. All three of these designs sell like fire through my website. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or just use the discount code apparel when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so the reason why I decided to come out with this video here on investing in your brand and the importance of it is because this is something that I'm going through right now for my own brand. And I think you sort of hearing how all of this works and seeing how all of this works will honestly just make it a lot easier for you and make you feel sort of more confident spending money on your brand to build it and grow it and make it bigger. Okay, so I just personally invested about $45,000 into restocking some hoodies and t-shirts that I sold out of during the Black Friday and Boxing Week sale for my brand. So $45,000 into restocking some items. I'm also about to place another order for about $20,000, $30,000 for all the new releases that I'm coming out with in spring and summer. So it's like $70,000 just like leaving your account that you're investing in up front so that you can make money in the future. And it took me a while to understand that you really have to let go of money and spend money in order to make money. And it really wasn't until I had this realization about trying to hit the $1 million per year mark where I realized that there's zero chance I will ever be able to sell $1 million worth of clothing and make $1 million or turn my brand into $1 million company, which so many people want to do, including probably you right now. The idea of hitting like a 7-figure company and making a 7-figure clothing brand is huge. You can only do that if you have enough clothing on hand that you can sell to make that money. And the only way you'll have that amount of clothing on hand is if you invest in it or you're running like a print-on-demand operation. So it's either you have a print-on-demand company where you have no risk of holding on to inventory, but you lose complete control over your shipping times, how your products are arriving at your customer's door. Or you have to invest in inventory and you have to believe in your brand and trust your brand that it's going to sell. And you have to take even a minimum risk when you first get started in just even the first little order of inventory that you do. And then it's just about building and building and building. And as you build, the orders that you place for inventory, the amount that you have to have on hand, and the amount of money that's going out is going to constantly be increasing. And this can sound like a bad thing, but in reality, it's what has to be done, and it's actually a really, really good thing for your brand. There's this fantasy we all have as entrepreneurs where we just want to be these cash machines that create a company where it's literally just money in and it's pure profit, but that's not how it works. In the real world, in order to make money, you have to spend money. And as long as you have a great idea and a great product and something that people want, and you've got your funnels figured out, you know exactly who your customer is, and you can really, drill that market and get everything going in the right direction, investing money into that is like the best thing that you could possibly do. Like, you've got your funnel, you know exactly who you're going after, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, okay. Then you've got your inventory, you know people are buying it. Maybe you have 500, 1,000, 5,000 customers for your brand. You know people are buying it. So then you just invest in the products that people want, right? And then you invest in getting in front of the right people that want those products, and you're just a well-oiled machine at that point. Otherwise, it's like, what are we even doing here? We're sitting on minimum inventory thinking that, maybe my brand's gonna explode one of these days. I'm gonna be one of those $1 million brands. But like, even if you sold all the inventory that you currently have, maybe you'd make like 20 grand or something like that when you first get started, right? And it's the same thing with advertising and getting in front of people. You can't sell, $80,000 worth of inventory a month if you're only getting 100 visitors to your website a day. Like, it's impossible. Literally, you don't have enough website traffic. So you have to increase your website traffic in order to get enough orders coming in for your brand. How are you going to increase your website traffic? Well, you can either try and rip the algorithm apart on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and blow up and become this super famous person, super famous brand, which a lot of people can do. And if you can do that, that's sick. Like, I'm all for it. But if you're struggling with that, if it's been years of that, you're going to have to get that traffic up somehow. Maybe a good way to do that is to invest in advertising and commercials for your brand on Facebook or TikTok ads, right? So that you can get that traffic up, so that you can get the numbers up for your brand. Because otherwise it's impossible. It's not going to happen. It doesn't just happen. Like, you can't have 50 people to your website a day and, you get 100 orders a day. It just literally is impossible. And if you don't have enough inventory, well, that's not going to happen either. So I'm in rant mode here because it's really important. And it's something that all these big companies know. Like, Pepsi has no problem spending millions of dollars on a Super Bowl commercial that's like 20 seconds long. And you may say, well, that they have the luxury of doing that. They have all this money, and fair enough. But at the same time, they understand that you have to spend money in order to get out there and in order to get in front of people and in order to show your brand to the world. There may be more risk doing that as a small business owner when you don't have a lot of money and you're spending your paycheck on it and it like feels like this huge deal. But at the end of the day, that's kind of the name of the game. That's what we're doing here. It's like, you want to believe in your brand so much and believe in what you're doing that you're willing to take that risk and invest in it. So, I really think that the right approach, just to be realistic here, is to slowly build up to higher and higher budgets in your advertising so that you can drive more and more traffic to your website, so that you can get more orders coming into your website, and to slowly build up the amount that you're investing in your inventory as you test your products and as you prove your products in the market, right? The whole point here is that the mindset around this can be to stay still, to not increase those numbers, and to just stay wherever you're at, wherever you feel comfortable, because it's kind of scary to invest more money up front than you've ever invested before and watch an amount of money that you've never spent before go out all at one time in the hopes, with the confidence that you're going to bring in, more orders than you've ever had. But in order to grow your company, in order to get to that level, that's something that you have to do. So I really hope that that sort of unlocks that for you. And it allows you to recognize that it is important to have enough inventory, enough, traffic on your website to make this really work for your brand. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, please hit the like button for me. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.